Alright guys, so this really isn't a video that I wanted to be making today, but I figure this stuff is just starting to happen so much to not just me, there's other people out there too, um, that there are active acts of suppression amongst this guru community, basically. If people like the industry at large is predicated on controlling narratives, which is like, their marketing material, the crazy, often fake and paid for reviews on people's trust pilots. And, not really the BBB. The BBB is hard to get away with, but definitely like trust pilot. That's something I've had personal experience with and seeing it happen firsthand. So the reason why this video and I'm making it is because this is now the second time, actually the third time, a company has basically done some super shady stuff, and I'm sure I'm not the first one it's happened to. So in this case, it's Brook Hiddink, which I'll play for you the whole review because this is now technically an entirely different video, and you'll at least get the audio of it. I won't necessarily like blow it up or anything like that. And I'll show you what the supposed claim is. I just think this is silly. I think it's ridiculous. I think that people should be okay to take critiques, especially when you're giving credit where credit is due, as I did in the video. But because it's a narrative that, certain people can't control, they don't like having it out there, which I understand to some extent, but you have to have dialogue and opinions that are, based off of experiences and what someone finds in the research process, which is exactly what I did. So, long story short, some random overseas company claimed that my video of this Brook Hiddink review was actually their video, and I was infringing on copyright, which is not the case because everything that I showed in the video is accessible via the public domain and is protected under fair use. So I've already went ahead and submitted my appeal. This video is going to be going live pretty much immediately after recording, because I am tired of these large guru-style companies thinking that they can just go and, one, they don't even care about the negative reviews people get. Oftentimes people don't get their refunds. They're not able to express, their disappointment with the coaching company or what's taught, provided, materials, all that stuff. And they're often gaslit into silence. And that's just something that I'm personally not going to deal with anymore. Anytime something like this comes up, I'm going to make a video just like this, because third time, granted, I've had other people before Brook do it and I haven't made a video like this, but this was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back for me personally. But there is nothing wrong in my review. I give credit where credit is due, and the claim on the video that's now blocked globally is total BS. So I'm going to play for you the clip that they claim is affecting copyright. Would prefer something with refunds. Now, if you go to his Instagram, you'll see 91,000 followers. Pretty freaking impressive. I have no reason to believe that it's not legit. Like, if you look at his reels, for example, like, he's getting thousands and thousands of views per reel that he posts. Okay, so clearly his audience is legit. If you go over to his YouTube again, 80,000 subscribers. So again, looks pretty similar. So the fact that it's close kind of makes me think it is actually legit. You go to his videos, you're going to see a couple thousand views per video. Again, I think these are all legit. And I also think that you guys, if you haven't already, should, check out his channel. Like, I'm sure he's got lots of valuable content, whether it's e-com related or otherwise. If you go over to Social Blade, you'll see that, his subscribers, His video views, almost 8 million, 500,000 almost for the last 30 days. Pretty impressive. There's nothing really on Reddit for him, I don't think. Yeah, there's nothing really on Reddit. Going over to Trustpilot, you'll see like 32 reviews, 4.6 out of 5, mostly positive reviews. And I encourage you guys to go ahead and read through these, you know, if you would like to. That said, okay. So in that little stretch, almost like a 1.5-minute segment or something like that, there was absolutely nothing copyright-wise that was infringed upon. I was showing different websites. I was showing his Instagram profile, YouTube profile. I was checking Reddit. I was checking Trustpilot. I was giving credit where credit was due. So I think it's just entirely ridiculous. Now, I really have no idea. I know that Brook commented on the video, and he was mad that I focused on the bad reviews on Trustpilot. And, you know, I know, Brook, you're going to watch this video, so I'll talk to you for just a second. The only reason why I focused on the poor stuff was because I had already mentioned, as you see in the clip, I had already mentioned the positive reviews, and I encouraged people to go and read those. The people, when they're watching review videos, they want to see like the tougher stuff that brings it down to earth just a little bit, because I think people want to have realistic expectations. The way you have realistic expectations is, yes, you talk about the good, but you also show the bad as well. It's not like an entire fluff piece. That's where I'm coming from on it. If you're offended by that, you know, I apologize, but it's like, as far as journalistic integrity goes, you've got to show the bad, and I already showed the good. I give you the credit on the Instagram, the YouTube. Like, I don't know what else you want from me except to just not make videos, which that's not going to happen. I'm sorry, it's just not. So now, speaking to people more broadly, I encourage, like, I'm going to play the video here in full for a second, so the video is going to be, you know, fairly long. But there's nothing in this video that makes it that it should be blocked. I think a regular person, like if they were a customer back in the day with other courses, like I've seen other people make their own video reviews when they're disappointed with the courses and stuff like that. Unfortunately, those people, you know, they get drowned out by all the other like reviews, or you know, they have their videos taken down forcibly, like their voice is taken away. So it's like, at this point, I'm kind of done. There's nothing in the video that's wrong. I think this just shows insecurity on a lot of levels, to have to go out and have a dissenting voice silenced in a way. So yeah, I'll leave it up to you guys as far as what you want to think about Brook. I'm not exactly happy. I know there's plausible deniability because it's not directly his company. I haven't dove too deep into tracking it yet, but I probably will, because I know how the system operates. I know how the guys operate. So it's happened once before. It's happened twice before. But this is just the first time where I'm just like, you know, putting people on notice. So we'll go ahead and play this whole video here. You guys can watch it and let me know if you think I crossed any lines. Brook Hiddink, of like his e-com incubator kind of thing. Basically, he's a guru that teaches a lot of great strategies for e-commerce on his YouTube channel. And then, of course, you know, promotes a high ticket offer, as you'd come to expect. So let's dive in with some quick pros and cons. Pros is that with e-commerce, you can absolutely make money. I know people that flip stuff all the time. I do know a couple dropshippers personally. They make money, but at the cost of quite a bit, which I'll get into later. He has tons of free value on YouTube. I highly encourage you guys to go to his YouTube channel and just check out everything that he has to offer, because if it's the right fit for you, I think he could be a good guy to learn from. He also has verified personal success. Some cons is that there's a high cost to the program, and something that I do need to also add here is that there is undisclosed costs associated with this program, which we'll go ahead and get into here a little bit later. You also have to deal with saturation. You see, in the e-commerce space, like the amount of stores literally tripled from like 2019 to 2023. Okay, you're talking about 9.1 million to like 26.9 million or something like that. So like practically tripled. Personally, I think the marketing funnel that he has is kind of cringe. That's just my own personal opinion. And then his refund policy is unclear. So the reason why I say his marketing funnel is cringe is because this is his YouTube channel right here. And we'll get back to this in a second, but you click this link and you're immediately taken to this page right here, which is basically a quick like application. It's going to be finding out a bunch of information and then you giving your phone number, email, all that stuff. And then if you say that you make X amount of money or you're going to devote X amount of money to this startup, then you like get funneled to specific people and then you get closed and all this stuff, yada, yada, yada. Not really cool in my opinion. Like I've seen better funnels. So over here is like the closest thing you basically have to refund policy, which is basically just stating that upon your request, we will cancel your order if previously charged and your payment will be fully refunded for that specific order. That said, like it's not specifically referencing his program. You know what I mean? This other piece with the refund right here is you are solely and exclusively responsible for complying with all applicable laws and regulations and running your business, including but not limited to all laws governing advertising, marketing claims, subscriptions, refunds, premium offers, tax laws, yada, yada, yada. So nothing directly for the product course itself as far as refund goes. Obviously, I just would prefer something with refunds. Now, if you go to his Instagram, you'll see 91,000 followers, pretty freaking impressive. I have no reason to believe that it's not legit. Like if you look at his reels, for example, like he's getting thousands and thousands of views per reel that he posts. Okay, so clearly his audience is legit. If you go over to his YouTube again, 80,000 subscribers. So again, looks pretty similar. So the fact that it's close kind of makes me think it is actually legit. You go to his videos, you're going to see a couple thousand views per video. Again, I think these are all legit. And I also think that you guys, if you haven't already, should, check out his channel. Like I'm sure he's got lots of valuable content, whether it's e-com related or otherwise. If you go over to Social Blade, you'll see that, his subscribers, his video views, almost 8 million, 500,000 almost for the last 30 days. Pretty impressive. There's nothing really on Reddit for him, I don't think. Yeah, there's nothing really on Reddit. Going over to Trustpilot, you'll see like 32 reviews, 4.6 out of 5, mostly positive reviews. And I encourage you guys to go ahead and read through these, if you would like to. That said, I wanted to go ahead and look at this one poor review. This lady gives like a really detailed experience where she's not even really, she's not mad at the course per se. She just feels like it wasn't really the fit for her. So her thing was, I had some sales, but they did not outweigh the monthly costs associated with running ads, Shopify apps, virtual phone numbers, all fees up the business course cost. So I was discouraging, tried 20 different suppliers in the hole, over 10K still. Pros, the course was overall pretty good with the exception of a couple confusing videos. Cons, needed a lot of capital up front, and that was not disclosed to me until after I already signed up and was struggling with sales. Had I known, I would not have joined in the first place. I was told as an example to get to 100K in sales, I would need to spend 25K in ads per month.
I was never told that when I signed up because I don't have that kind of money. But not to join, also hard to close suppliers. Basically goes through here. They did have like a thoughtful response, I would say. But they said, hey, there's no expectation for 25,000 on ads or anywhere close to that. Saying that most successful ones spend around 500 in ads their first month. Yeah. So, I mean, they at least tried, you know, they very much at least tried. So I think personally, just kind of going based off of that, the reason why I wanted to show that to you guys was not to discount any and all of the positive reviews that Brook has had. What I wanted to do was show you more realistic expectations, because as she said, she actually sold stuff, right? She thought the program videos were great. She just personally felt like there was more undisclosed costs than what she was told. That could have been an accident. You know, I know that some programs try to disclose everything and some stuff kind of gets like, you know, forgotten about. But with e-commerce in general, guys, you're looking at a lot of hefty advertising costs, whether Brooke wants to admit it or not. The reason being is because with e-commerce, you're having to do like a couple different things, but every single one of them, you have to have a solid marketing strategy. If you're talking about a rubber spatula or something, right? No one's exactly going to be brand loyal to that. They're just going to buy whoever they see first. And the way that they buy whoever they see first is whoever's at the top of Google. How does that happen? Either through heavy SEO marketing for years and thousands of dollars per month, or thousands of dollars of ads per month. You can try different social medias and ads and all that stuff, but again, to stick out, you're going to have to fork over probably thousands of dollars. And people just, in the e-commerce space, they don't like to talk about it because that's the kind of stuff that gets people to not want to do e-commerce. People can make lots of money with it, sure. You know, I've seen people that have made $40,000 a month in sales, but then they're only really pocketing $3 or $4 grand because of all the ad expenses and suppliers and all these other fees. Their take home is relatively little in comparison to their revenue number. And sure, if you have $100,000 in sales and 10K of that goes directly to your pocket, that's awesome. But at that point, it's a full-time job. Packing, shipping, refunds, ads management, niche research, product research, suppliers, connections. It's a full-time job. I know I saw one kind of comment in there about like an hour or two a day. And to be completely honest, I don't know how the hell that's even possible. Just because I have some friends that do drop shipping, they do it on their own and they make money with it, but they're not doing it in an hour or two a day. That's just insane. Like, they're literally dealing with their own packing, their own shipping, their own label creation, their own marketing, ads, like everything. That's a 6, 8, 10, 12 hour a day job. Okay. It's not 1 to 2 hours, which is why when I was looking at side hustles initially.
So for reference real quick, the example that I was using in that video, that friend, she was telling me that she spends like 12 to 14 hours a day working. Now, for her, that beats her working at like a fast food joint or something like that. But yeah, 12 to 14 hours for all that stuff. An hour or two, like, I legitimately don't know how. And it's like, if anybody does, let me know, because I would love to save my friends some time. It's just, I'm trying to be realistic here.
I wanted something that could legitimately work for me with just an hour or two a day after work. What I found that worked for me was this thing called local lead generation. So basically, what I do is I built a website just like this. This is my website. I bought this phone number, and I own the #1 spot on Google. So what this means is anytime there's like a tree service emergency or whatever, people type in Noblesville Tree Services or emergency tree removal or something like that, my website pops up. That's the first thing they see. They go to my website, they see that I have some decent content on here, my website's not totally ugly, they click that phone number. That phone number then goes and gets forwarded to a contractor who actually fulfills the work. When he fulfills the work, I get paid. This is called like a finder's fee, basically. Super common in the service-based business.
All right, I won't play more of that. The review's done. If you guys want to learn more about it, I'll just drop it down in the description below like I normally do. But as you can see, it's like I don't think there was anything unfair in that review. I think it was just a narrative that he personally couldn't control that showed maybe some weak points in the business model, which, again, that it comes down to having an educated customer. If somebody wants to do e-com, they should do it because they understand the upside as well as the downside. Focusing strictly on just upside is not, it's not cool. It's like with lead generation stuff that I do. I tell you in the video, it took like 6 to 8 weeks for that website to rank. For most websites that I build, 6 to 8 weeks is like on the earlier side, and some sites, they'll take up to 4 months to rank. Like the downside is it takes the time, right? With e-commerce or any other business model, I think people should be able to be told what the realistic upside and downside are so that they're making a well-informed decision for them. Unfortunately, lots of gurus don't really seem to care about that. They just care about getting people in the door, getting the money and all that stuff, selling their courses, which, yeah, I mean, I don't entirely kind of get that mindset, because it's like I'd rather help somebody. Like, sure, they're going to pay us, but I'd rather actually help someone make a better decision for them than to just focus on getting the money and them just figuring it out from there. Like, I don't think that's cool. I don't think it's good business practice. But yeah, I mean, that's the video. If anybody else from all my other reviews tries to take down my videos like this one, I'm probably going to make another video like this, because I think people have a right to know that people's dissatisfaction with certain courses is trying to get suppressed. And this is just another example of how true that is. Also, just another shout out, Benjamin John Mike on Instagram, or the Misguided Mentors podcast. He used to work with Grant Cardone. I highly encourage you guys to check out his channel. And with all that being said, I'll see you in the next one.